Welcome to show 112 for January 20th, 2010. I'm Dan Doherty, the host of this fantastic daily show here at edan.com. I'm also the CEO and founder of tiptopwebsite.com, where you can create your own website online in 60 seconds. Packages start at only $1 a month. Use the promo code DAN, that's right, D-A-N. That's my name. Use the promo code DAN at sign up, and I'll give you a free domain at tiptopwebsite.com. Let's jump into the news here. As of January 18th, a couple days ago, all right, this is great news. Verizon has dropped their rate. What rate? Their cell phone rate. So I have a unlimited plan for the office, an extra phone we have, for $99 a month I pay. Unlimited phone. We don't do, I do text and stuff like that on my phone, my personal phone, and emails and pictures. But for the office, just data. We have an extra, we don't use data. We just have a actual voice phone. People still use it just for voice. So $99 we paid for a long time. New price, $69, taking $30 off the bill. Why? Well, they're competing with now the Android also, iPhone and T-Mobile and everyone else. And they want your business. So the market's getting competitive. The cell phone rates for them are very, very cheap once the infrastructure is built, which it is built. Verizon has a great infrastructure with their towers and stuff. Can you hear me now? You've seen the commercial. $69, unlimited text, pictures, and video messages, $89. So this is incredible. I mean, this is, I think that was $129, $149 before. So that's $40 or $60 off. This is great. They used to have 80 different products they sold, phones, devices, things like that. They're going to drop it down to 50, really concentrate on the 50 devices. When I say devices, phones, the wireless dongles, for EDVO card that I've talked about before to get connection on your laptop without being anywhere. Like the other day, it was last weekend, my kids had baseball practice, pumped in my EVDO card. Let me pull it out of my bag here for you. Hold tight. I've showed you this before, but it's a really cool little card. This is actually a little dongle that plugs in the USB, and that's all it is right there. Plug that in. I have near DSL speeds. Pay $60 a month for this. They will certainly drop the price of this. So they'll keep this or the updated version. I've had this for well over a year now, and they've got updated version. This works just great. So this will be included in their 50 devices, the new version of that, and the phones. So they're going to take out 30 of their phones. Get lean and mean. This is great news. I mean, I don't know what you're paying for your home phone service right now. But this, if you got great reception on Verizon Wireless, maybe get rid of your home phone service. The $69.99 is also, that's not including all your state and local fees, your taxes, things like that. So figure, I don't know, they're $15 maybe, $10, $15 in fees and taxes. I don't know exactly what they're going to charge, but it's just normal stuff that your telco company does now. When I say your telco company, Verizon, whoever you use, AT&T for your local company, or Comcast, or whatever region in the country you're in, the world you're in. So this is a pretty great deal. I mean, not a pretty great deal. $30 a month for doing nothing, you're going to slash the bill. So you have to look at your contract. I don't know, if you're still stuck in the contract, the 2-year contract, I'm on a month-to-month now, but are they going to keep you and say, hey, you've got to, you've got to keep this. You've got to keep this, the plan you're paying $99 before. Well, new people only get the $30. So difference. I don't know. You got to look at the fine print on that and call your Verizon representative. But this is great news for the public, all right, and businesses. So very cool. Here's a company that, this is not a $69 a month thing. This is $250, stuck on the 9 there, $250 million deal with HP, biggest computer maker in America right now, and Microsoft. They have Azure. Azure, I think, is what they want to call it. A-Z-U-R-E. Microsoft has come up with 1,000 different names for this, but Azure is what they settled on. I've talked about before. It's cloud computing. What is cloud computing? I've talked about that, but if you haven't seen that episode, no problem. It's just a string of computers all hooked up, and they call it in the cloud because they have these servers, nothing more than very powerful computers, all over the world, and people host their stuff on it. I'm hosting this video show on the cloud right now. I don't host Tip Top Website. That's dedicated server to have it on. But for video, it's fantastic, and audio and things like that. But a lot of businesses put their things on there. Small businesses that don't need dedicated servers work in the cloud, and huge businesses that just need data. Google runs this whole business on clouds, but they don't farm their clouds out. They don't use HP and Microsoft clouds. They have their own cloud. So think of Google as just one gigantic cloud. They basically built their own cloud, thousands of servers running. So every time you do a search, it goes really quick. And millions of people do searches every hour in Google. And you can't just be on one server. So they have their own cloud. Think of it that way, if that makes sense to you. So how does this affect you? So if you're a small business and you need a website, get one with us. Okay. But if you're a small business and you need to have a huge database website, and you spent a few $100,000 making your website, and you have database, and you have 500 to 1,000 employees, or 4,000 employees, you need this gigantic website. Like I said, cost you $500,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. People pay a lot of money to build websites. Have big companies build their websites. Then you would probably go to a dedicated server, go on the cloud, and the cloud would be much cheaper for you. So this is a great deal for businesses that Microsoft and HP are working together. How this is going to work, the joint venture deal, is that Microsoft will we'll put a bunch of money up. Maybe it's not saying what the split is, how much each are going to put up, but let's say Microsoft puts up the majority of the money. HP and Microsoft, plenty of money. Microsoft, obviously more. They put up the majority of money, and then HP puts up all the hardware, their computers, and then Microsoft says, you have to use Azure. So if you want to do cloud computing, you can't do it on Unix. On Azure, you have to do it on Microsoft. I'm not a fan of Microsoft server software, okay? So I wouldn't use this for anything. I like Unix. A lot of big companies are stuck in the old time where they just bought Microsoft stuff and they can't change their website. Maybe they're $2, $3, $4 million into building their website, and they've used it for years, and so to have it transfer to Unix makes absolutely no sense. When Google gets things, by the way, any company they buy that's on a Microsoft platform, the first thing to do is the developers rip it apart and change it into Unix. So I'm a Unix guy, and that's what I believe in, but Microsoft works just fine. If you have something with Microsoft, that's just fine. The software is very expensive, but these huge companies that have a couple $1 million on their website, no big deal for them to pay a few $1,000s for server software and the enterprise and all that kind of good stuff. So $250 million putting into it. So there's plenty of money to go around. If you have a great idea, cloud computing was just a word a few years ago. Now Microsoft is getting into the game late, but they're getting into it. Amazon actually created all of, again, cloud's been around forever, but Amazon came out and said, we're going to offer cloud computing. You want to upload, a few thousand files, 20, 30,000 different files, we'll give you space and do it for a few pennies. So a few pennies a file. It's very expensive to host this video in a cloud. Still very expensive, but not as expensive if I hosted it before the cloud, okay? So if you're doing your own video and you just want to have a few videos to push out, I suggest putting them on YouTube first, because it's, don't worry about getting your own cloud server right now. YouTube's fine. It's going to work great. It's free. You may throw an ad in there here and there that YouTube does. That's fine. You're going to save a few $1,000s a month. All right. So that's some great information. I found that at readwriteweb.com. I'm saying the name slow because I knew I'd get it if I said it slow. It's a great website, tech blog website, but goofy name. But I don't know. If you're at a party for a few hours and you had a few drinks, maybe you can say it better. Yeah, I'm at the office in the middle of the day, and I'm not a big drinker, so I'll have to say it slow for you. All right, so that's the show today. I had a great time doing it as always. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you use the promo code Dan at signup at tiptopwebsite.com when you get your website, and I'll give you a free domain. All right, see you tomorrow. Thank you.